Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thanks for hanging with Han today. Today we're going to do a fun Alice in Wonderland themed makeup look, so stay tuned. So starting out, I'm going to be using my Too Faced Hangover Primer. After that, I'm going to be using my NYX Color Correct Concealer in green because I've got a lot of redness to my face, so I just need to correct that. So for foundation, I'm using my Estee Lauder Double Wear in shade 2N1 Desert Beige. And I use my little sponge. This is my favorite way of applying foundation just because I personally like a really airbrushed effect, and I don't use brushes usually just because I feel like I can always see the streak marks. We don't like that. So today I'm using my Wet n Wild contour stick. Just draw it on in kind of like a triangular motion. And then a little bit on the nose, under the chin. I like to just add a little bit more on the outside. Perfect. Okay. For concealer, I'm using my Maybelline Fit Me Matte in shade Ivory, which is number 5. A little bit around the nose just to conceal the redness. Sharpen the cheekbones. Get the chin area. Now I'm not putting any of this on top of my eyelids yet because for that I'm going to be using shadow primer. Perfect. For blush, I'm using my Grand Pop liquid blush in shade Tiramisu. And then just lightly pat it in. Okay, so for setting powder today, I'm going to be using my Mary Kay Loose Foundation, Mineral Powder Foundation, in shade Ivory 0.5. And I use a little bit of a brush for this. So I use a patting motion when I put powder on my face because if you just go in and directly swipe it, you're gonna get streaks, and those are not cute. Now I'm gonna let that sit kind of unblended first just to let it bake a little bit. And for the rest of my face, I'm going to use a bigger powder brush and then just kind of lightly pat. Okay, now while I let that sit on my under eyes, I'm going to start on my eyebrows. I like to wipe them off with the Q-tip first just to get kind of the excess powder off and give it a better base for the product to sit on. And then spoolie them out. So for brows today, I'm using my BH Cosmetics Studio Pro Duo Brow Pencil in shade Medium Blonde. So I always like to do the outline first and then kind of brush in the rest of it. So once you feel like you get enough color, go back in with the spoolie and brush it out just to make sure they're not super boxy on the inside. All right, and once you get the general shape down, I usually go in with a brow gel to set them in place. For that, I'm going to be using my NYX Control Freak brow gel. Now while those dry, I'm going to go back in and buff out the rest of the powder I put on. So after the brow gel, what I usually do is go in with a little bit of concealer and I kind of carve out around the brows just to sharpen them and get any of the edges that have been smudged. So now that we did our concealer, it is time for some shadow primer. So this is the Morphe Eyelid Primer. So for eyeshadow today, I'm using my James Charles Morphe palette, starting with this really pretty blue shade. So today I'm doing a cut crease, so I'm going to be using a little bit more concealer just on the lid to carve out that crease. So for in the crease today, I am using this pretty yellow shade. Now I'm using tape and I'm putting it on the outside of my eyes so I can do my eyeliner and not mess it up. Because I'm a little bit of a cheater, but you know what? I'm fine with that. Thank you, Maria Gloria, for this trick. Okay, so for my eyeliner today, I'm using NYX Professional Makeup Epic Ink Liner. While I'm letting that dry, I'm going to be going in with my Hendayan eyeliner in yellow. So while the yellow eyeliner is drying, I can take this off now and have a perfect wing. Boom. Sweet. So while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to be doing my under eyes and just kind of blend it in a little bit with the colors that I did on top. So now that the yellow eyeliner has dried, I'm putting a yellow glitter on top. It just adds an extra little sparkle, you know? Who doesn't love glitter? Okay, so while I let that dry, I'm going to go back in and add a little more color to my cheeks. So for that, I'm going to be using my Hoola Benefit Bronzer. Use a smaller brush to go in on the nose. For blush, I'm using Kylie Cosmetics. We're going shopping. For highlighter, I'm using my BH Cosmetics Blushing in Bali palette in the shade Glisten. I'm going to use L'Oreal Paris Voluminous Mascara just to set my eyelashes into place before I put on the falsies. For lashes, I'm using my Luxe Lashes in Santorini. And I use the Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive for my lashes. Now I'm going to put just a little bit of eyeliner on the bottom lash line, and I'm using Endless Silky Eye Pen from Pixie. Now we're almost done. Last thing we need to do is the lips. So I'm using one of the Kylie Cosmetics lip liners in Dolce K. For gloss, I'm using Splashes and Spills UV lip gloss. Alright, and that is the finished look for today. And don't forget to subscribe and comment what you think you want my next look to be. Thanks for stopping by. That's pretty much it. Hope you guys have a good day, and thanks for hanging with Han.